Hey guys, I'm on. I want to be your friend, and I have reached
48
subscribers. The only problem is nobody likes my content. So after the very clear success of the first episode, I thought, hey, people like it. Might as well continue. I only have 44 subs anyway. There's not much history on either of these, really. Oh Teacher is the second episode of the Oswald series, and the Mechanical Cow is the third. Oh Teacher got lost somehow. It just got lost. I bet Disney burned it so Universal would go broke. That makes literally no sense. Oh Teacher was re-released with a musical score and apparently voice acting, but whenever I look for it, I find nothing. I have heard the early Oswald speak, and boy, was it bad. Oh, and the Mechanical Cow happened. Yeah. So for Oh Teacher, we open with this classic title card, as usual, and Oswald being the happiest ray of sunshine ever. He's cycling to his girlfriend's, who at the time was this bunny named Fanny instead of Minnie's mother/sister. He does the she loves me not with the flower, and is happy knowing that she loves him, even though you two are dating. He does a little dance, cycles with his ears, and if you missed the last episode, this is common, and I love him for it. He arrives and whistles for her. She whistles back, and after the weirdest pause I've ever seen from Disney, she comes out, and they cycle away. Then there's this short scene with a pig child who needs to blow his nose but doesn't have a tissue, and his mother helps him out. Then she kisses him and leaves him on a hook to be picked up by the bus, because that's how they did it back then. We see the bus driving, and there's this random cat who doesn't have a name, so I'm just going to call him Julius, because it's funny. Julius apparently can't afford to ride a school bus, so he follows behind on a scooter and pulls the tail of this other unnamed cat, and the cat calls the bus driver, and the bus driver scolds Julius, but he don't care, so the bus gives him the finger, and that's that. Julius notices Oswald and Fanny, and I think what happened here is that he likes Fanny but didn't know she was dating, and that's why he looks confused. That, or he's never ridden a bicycle before. Nevertheless, he takes his question mark and uses it to knock Oswald off. At that moment, the bike was about to go down a rocky road, so when Julius gets on, he can't control it. Oswald runs after them, it being shown that he can run with his hands, and every time Oswald's on screen, I want to cry! Julius runs into a tree, and Fanny lands in a lake, and she can't swim, so she calls for help, and help comes to an out-of-breath Oswald to kick him in the butt and tell him to save his damn girlfriend. He uses help as a horse, and stop making me cry! He rides down to the lake and tries to save Fanny by reaching out, because I don't think he can swim either. But Julius uses him as a bridge and pulls Fanny out of the water. Fanny falls for Julius instead, which leaves Oswald confused, and Fanny, god damn it! I don't know what it was, but the women in early animations were only looking for men who were good at stuff instead of those who were loyal. I've seen a similar behavior with the early Minnie Mouse when she fell for Pete and screwed Mickey because Pete was the better dancer. Fanny and Oswald are dating, and she screws him over just because someone else saved her life. Nobody likes Fanny anyway. I just hope this isn't what happens to a future character. Oswald wanted to fight, but Julius was just like, boy, you ain't strong, and punches him, leaving Oswald shocked. Then we cut to the school day with a bunch of students going in, including Julius and Fanny, and a parent of Mickey. Anyway, during recess, Oswald takes a brick and prepares to hit Julius with it. So he kisses his foot and polishes the brick with it, but Julius sees this and gets Oswald's attention and tries to see why he was holding a brick. Oswald keeps denying it until he's about to get punched, so Oswald just says he was using it to work out, and Julius tosses the brick and it goes down a pipe and hits Julius just before he punches Oswald. Oswald is confused as to how he got knocked out, but he sees Fanny coming over, so he acts as though he's the one who knocked out Julius. And just like that, they're dating again. Screw you, Fanny. So, for the mechanical cow, we see what I can only assume is Oswald's home. With him, the mechanical cow, and an alarm clock sleeping. I love their portrayal of the clock. When they wake up, they hit their bell because of the time. Then they start freaking out. Oswald is ready to fight with it, but he realizes the time and goes to wake up the cow, who I'm just going to call Mecca. Oswald has trouble getting Mecca out because she just wants to sleep, but she eventually gets out and is ready for the day. It takes a little longer to be an I'm awake person, but oh my god, that scene was so accurate. They head out, Oswald saying they have milk. The two come across a crying baby, and Oswald was willingly able to give the baby milk. So he Anyway, the way they milk Mecca is interesting. They come across Fanny, who needs some milk, and Oswald starts milking Mecca while staring at Fanny, and Mecca licks Oswald, which I'm assuming is her version of a wink wink. After he gives her milk, Oswald tries to spend time with her, and Mecca is every girl who has a friend who's dating and wants to watch, but it was an invasion of privacy, so Oswald told her to go away. A taxi comes over and a hat comes out, and while Oswald and Fanny spend some time together, a wombat tapir bear hybrid comes out of the hat and takes Fanny away. Oswald chases after the taxi and Mecca joins the battle. Fanny gets out, but there are more of these things? Oswald uses his ear to get Mecca to go faster, but they start shooting in perfect coordination, and Oswald has to start dodging. But he gets the idea to use Mecca's neck to shoot back. Then a flipping cannon starts shooting, and Mecca blows up. But Mecca is actually God, so she's okay, along with Oswald. As they continue shooting, Oswald uses Mecca's tail to extend her neck, climb up her, and get Fanny out. Oswald then switches Mecca's parts to go in the other direction. The hybrids notice and follow them, one jumping out to grab Mecca, but only milking her instead, and that sounds so weird. They had to stop at a cliff, and it knocks Oswald and Fanny off, but Oswald grabs a branch, and Fanny keeps accidentally pulling his pants down, and he has to constantly pull them back up. Mecca notices the hybrid coming and uses herself as a ramp, so they go up her and fall into the mouths of hungry sharks. Oswald and Fanny ride up the splash to the top of a cliff and surprise a mourning Mecca. It ends with them riding off into the distance. And then we see his bosom. Downfalls! The biggest problem I have with this is Fanny. More specifically, Fanny from O Teacher. She's not a loyal girlfriend to either of the guys she likes, and I feel bad for Oswald for trying so hard for her. The second problem I have is the plot of the mechanical cow. These weird things do move the plot forward, but at the same time, they have no reason to be here. It could be due to trafficking and they didn't want to save because children, but this just seems odd. Thank you guys so much for watching. Tune in next week where I review Great Guns and possibly All Wet. I'm really sorry for the delay of this video. I was thinking, hey, because it's so late, I'll probably just release it on Friday because I want this to be a weekly Friday series. But I have another video planned for Friday, and I want to put more time into that than just waiting for the day to come so that I can put this in. So this is just going to be like less stress and less storage on my computer. So anyway, if you like this video or you just like what I do, then please comment, like, subscribe, share. I don't even care. Until next time, bye-bye. There's not much history on either of these, really. Old Teacher is the second episode of Oswald series, and shit.